is just a few weeks away, and today I would like to show you how to make this Peep bunny or Easter bunny. So one is made with pale yellow, this one we made with pink color. We have these colors available at BeCozi.net. We have over 40 colors available. And you will need just one skein of chenille yarn, like this one. This is the skein that we will be using, one skein of chunky chenille in pink. So this is what we will have. If you are ready, let's get started. Okay, so guys, we will be making this beautiful Peep bunny, and you can see this one is made with a yellow color, and this one that we're making today we will be doing with our pink chenille. Pink chenille is very bright. We also have baby pink. Pink is very bright, it's more like neon pink. So you will need one skein, and you will need some filling that I will be using for the bunny. And now we will start our bunny with, as usual, casting on. First of all, make a knot to prevent unraveling of the yarn, and cut the tail close to the knot like this. So now place the yarn in front of you, and then this is the tail, this is your working yarn. Place working yarn on the top. I'm sorry, we need to keep about 10 inches left for connecting the bottom. So we will move it like that. I didn't mention it. So the tail should be a little bit longer. It's about 10 inches from the usual one. And now working yarn goes on the top like that. See, we have this tail to connect the bottom of the bunny. Then insert your hand, grab working yarn, and pull it through. This is our first stitch, and we will keep it about 1.5 inches tall like this. Now we will be casting on 11 stitches, guys. Okay, so to cast on, we are holding this knot over here with our left hand, and we're inserting our right hand inside the stitch and pulling working yarn out. So see, we have now 2 stitches, and we're moving left hand and holding this bottom of the stitch, inserting hand, grab working yarn, and pull it out. We have 3, and we will need to make 11 stitches, guys. So this is 5, 6, 7, 11. So we have a chain of 11 stitches and pretty long tail over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What we are doing next, we are connecting this yarn like this in front of you. Make sure that you're not twisting it, you're connecting it straight. And now this tail will go inside the last stitch. See, this is our last stitch, and this tail will go inside over here. So insert your stitch inside, and you connected the chain into a circle. So this tail will go inside, that it wouldn't be on our way, and we will have this beautiful flower. So what we're doing next, we are knitting around. See the top parts of the stitches, we will start knitting them by inserting our fingers and grabbing working yarn and then pulling it out. We're doing it all the way around until we reach our first stitch. See what we have now? we have 11 stitches, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, and we keep knitting all the way around for another row. Okay guys, so we have now 11 rows, 2 rows that we knitted in circle. Now we will take this circle and connect it in 2 like this. And now we will be just knitting one side, then flipping it to another and keep knitting. How many, see, it was like that. Then you're flipping it and you are knitting on a circle, but the yarn, the project is in front of you, folded in 2. Why we're doing it? Because if you keep knitting in circle, the stitches or the distance between stitches will be bigger than we wanted, and it will not be tight enough. It will be pretty loose. That's why we folded it in 2, and now we will be knitting this way for 10 rows, guys. Okay guys, so we knitted 10 rows, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and we finished our 10 row at the beginning where we started. See, this is our first stitch where we inserted the tail. So this is our 10th row. This way we will be on the same level. So now what we will be doing now, we will be connecting the bottom of this circle. That's why we needed this tail. So you see this, all the stitches sticking out. So we will be using those stitches and take the tail, insert it inside, from inside out, inside the stitches that you see, the top of them, like this. So this is the first one. Then go inside and out. And then keep doing this way until you at the place where you started. So we're connecting all these stitches on the bottom of the bunny. Here we are. So when we inserted our tail inside every stitch, then we will insert it inside the few stitches that we inserted it already. So see, this one will be first and then the second, and then pull the yarn, and this is our connection. See, now the tail will go in the middle like that. This is our bottom. See, it's nicely connected. And then now we will go inside, pull this yarn and connect it to any stitches inside. So I'm literally just going underneath the stitch and then the tail inside the opening, and here we are. So we are done with the bottom part, and we're taking some stuffing that I have here. Let's take a little bit more. See what we have here? What are we doing next? We will be casting off all the stitches. So this is our first stitch, this is the next to it. Take 2 stitches and knit them together. Then the same with next 2. This one you see that's lost 1 stitch, so make sure that you have it. So if you paid attention, I am knitting or casting off with this second stitch on the top of the first one, because if we do the opposite, it will be like a line here. I'm trying to avoid it. So This is on one stitch, this one goes on the top, and we are casting off until all the stitches will be needed or cast off. Okay, so this is our last stitch. See what we have here? This is the bottom part of the bunny. This is what we have on the top. And if you want the bunny to be a little bit harder when you're touching it, then add a little bit more stuffing. So what we're doing now, we have one stitch, and this is all cast off stitches. We had 11 stitches here. We will need to add 8 stitches. So this will be first stitch. We will knit it like that. Let me see, it's like a little opening here, and we need to connect it. So we will go inside. This stitch is on your hand. Go inside the stitch and pull the stitch through. This way we will connect the whole chain of cast off. And now this is our first stitch. We need to add 7 more stitches. So you're leaving the stitch here, lifting one of the stitches on the cast off chain. This will be 2. And then skip one and use the next one. This will be 3. And let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can do it in the next one, then skip one, then the next one. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and here the next one, 7. And we have this 2 stitches. We can make another stitch, which will be number 8. See what we have here? We have 8 stitches that we added or cast on from the cast off chain. So that will how it will look like. So now we will keep knitting, guys. So this is our first stitch with the working yarn. We will be just knitting around these 8 stitches, and we will need to knit 6 rows. So when I'm done with knitting 6 rows, I will be back and show you what to do next. Okay guys, so we have 6 rows, and you can count them by opening in a chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way around. And this is the beginning where we started. That's how you see where we started. And now we will put some stuffing inside the head, like this. Yep, I think it will be good enough. What we're doing next? Next, we will be knitting the ears. So we have 8 stitches here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We will be dividing this 8 stitches in 2 parts of 4. See, like this. So that will be how we will be knitting our ears. So this is the first stitch, it's done already. Now second, third, and fourth. And then we're not knitting here, we are knitting the 4th stitch over here, the first one we're starting. This 4 we are keeping for the second ear, okay? So I will turn it on this side. See, we have this 2, 4, and now we're knitting this again. 1, 2, turn, 3, and 4. Now turn in another side and knit the same 4 stitches. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this 4 is sitting here waiting. So 1, 2, turn, 3 and 4. Turning again and knitting again. 1, 2, turning, 3 and 4. So see what we have here? We have the ears forming like that, and this part will be waiting for the second ear to be made. We will be knitting a little bit more to make them a little bit taller, and all together I think it will be 5 or 6 stitches. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 for the head and 6 for the ears. What we are doing after we have 6, we are knitting this 2 together, 2 next one, turn, and now knit these 2 together. Here we are. We now have 2 stitches left, and we are knitting these 2 together, and we have just 1 stitch left, and this is our ear formed. See, like this. So what we will do next, we can cut the yarn make a knot, cut the tail, and now we will insert this tail inside the last stitch, and here our ear is done. So now this end can go inside the ear, and depending how pointy you want your ear to be, you can pull it inside a little bit more. So see, if you pull it more, the ear will be more round, and then you can hide the tail. You can add some stuffing inside, guys, which I will do from inside. I'll put a little bit of stuffing inside the ear to make it pointy, like that. Here we are. So this is our rabbit with 1 ear. So now we need to create a second one. So we're taking the leftover of the yarn, making a knot, cutting the tail, and now we will be knitting the second ear. So how we will do it? We will insert this inside the stitch like that, and then just knit these 4 stitches around like this. I will be turning it back and forth because it's easier to knit this way. 1, 2, turn, 1, 2. And then we will be doing it for 6 rows, guys, okay? 1 and 2, and 1 and 2. So 6 rows will make another ear for the Peep bunny. Okay, we have 6 rows, so we can knit this 2 together, turn, and now knit this 2 together, and then these 2 stitches left, we are just knitting them into 1. here we are. So now the tail goes inside the last stitch, pull it, and now insert it anywhere you want to make your ears, either pointy or round. It's up to you guys. We are making them a little bit on the round side, like that. So we still have this opening here, so I will put a little bit of stuffing inside the second ear and between the head and the ear, like that. Now we need to close this opening. Remember, you have the tail of the yarn where you started the second ear. Here it is. That's what you will use to close this opening. You will need to catch one side and then connect it with another side, like that, and then just to make a knot. This way you connect that hole, close that hole and connect it. See? Nicely connected. So this is our Peep bunny, and the only thing that we still need to do, I have this leftover of the pale yellow, so we are making a little bow for the bunny. Here we are. Here we are. Here we go. A bunny is all ready. So this is the pink one, and this is our yellow one. So you see, you just needed one skein of chenille yarn. If you want to make your bunny bigger, you can use 2 skeins. You will need to start with 22 stitches, and then instead of 8 for the head, you will need to cast on 16. So 11, 8, and for the bigger one, 22 and 16. So if you are ready to purchase some of our yarn and make this beautiful bunny, go to BeCozi.net. This is pale yellow, this is pink. We have over 40 colors available, and you can find them at BeCozi.net. Chunky chenille yarn, stay warm and be cozy.